Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Muhammad and I will be teaching you how to make a login form with HTML and CSS. And also I will be teaching how to make a language translator which you can use in your website. So the first thing I'm going to show you the demo. So we have this login form, some class code and some text and buttons. At the last, we have the language translator. So if I select the language, for example, Arabic, so it's gonna translate it to Arabic. And as you can see, there's gonna be a navbar, a Google navbar, which you can change the language. And you can also change the language to other languages too. I'm gonna show you language. Okay, so let's begin. So, and the software I'm going to be using is PHP Storm. You can also use other like Sublime Text 3 or Visual Studio Code. Well, the best thing you will need is PHP Storm. So right here I have a folder, Knowledge Hub YouTube, and right here in Knowledge Hub I have two files. The first one is called Font Awesome, and the second ones are my images, three images. So I have three images, Google and this. And you can check in the description for these pictures. And the next file I have is Awesome, so basically the icons I'm going to be using. So that's it. So let's begin. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new HTML file. You can also create a PHP file if you want. Index.html. And I'm going to create another style sheet. STYLE. Style sheet. And the title I'm going to be giving it to is Login Form. And the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to give a link to the style sheet. So link rel style sheet, and my type will be text CSS and rel href will be style sheet.css. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to give a link to my Font Awesome file. So I'm going to write link, and I'm going to write rel style sheet, and right here type text CSS. Actually, I'm not going to write the type because I don't think we will need it. I'm going to href and Font Awesome again, yes, and CSS. Look, Font Awesome. Okay, so I have three Font Awesomes. F Font Awesome and CSS and almond.css right here. So I have linked two basic files. The next thing I'm going to be doing is creating the image here. So I'm going to write the image tab, image, and here I'm going to style sheet, and here I'm going to write, the first thing I'm going to do for it, I'm going to give it a class kn1 and classes, and the source is image and knowledge hook. And I'm gonna this way to br type here, so it gives the space for us. Another image. So I'm gonna do the styling a bit later because it really takes time. Class, and I'm gonna do it kn2, and the source is gonna be image and student logo. Okay, now that I have these images, I'm going to go check them. As you can see, this image and this. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my style sheet and change the background color. Can you do style sheet, body, so background color, let's hash 00 B8 E7 E7. As you can see, it's a color now. And if I run it again, it is the blue color. So I'm gonna go back. And after this, I'm just gonna add a simple text. I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna write F6 tag. Yeah, F6. And in the tag, I'm gonna write student. All in capital letters. And I'm gonna give it a class. I'm gonna write T1, so text 1. So the class you have to give, it has to make sense. That's why I wrote this type of thing. After this, I write the input, and the type will be text, and I'm gonna write the placeholder. So class code. And I'm gonna give it a class now, and the class is gonna be input1. So int1. If I run it, as you can see, I have this logo, this text, F6 text, and input tag. Now I'm gonna give it some styles. I'm gonna go to my style sheet, and first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna target KN1, so the first logo. Sorry, KN1, and in KN1 I'm gonna write width 60 pixels, margin top 25 pixels, margin left 600 pixels. Now I'm gonna go to my next logo. It's called KN2 from Knowledge. Sorry, I forgot the dot again. KN2, and here I'm gonna straight with width, and inside width I'm gonna write 230 pixels, margin left, and then margin I'm gonna write 510 pixels. The next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give styles to my text. So T1 dot T1, and to my text I'm gonna write font size. So first I'm going to change the text size. Font T. My font size is going to be 19 pixels, and my margin, I'm going to write margin. Only margin, I'm going to set the 4 types. So 0, 0, 0, 0, because I don't need no margin, no space. Font weight. So font weight 300. Now I'm going to write pixels or anything. And text align, it's going to be center. Color, it's going to be hash 6, 7, E5F, E5F, E. Let's see, it's a color, bright color here. And I'm going to text transform. That's going to be uppercase because I want it to be capital. Font family. It's going to be Korean, you know. Korean and semicolon. Okay, so T1 is done. And we're going to just check if anything is left. T1, and the last thing is left is our input tab. So our input tab was N1, and in the input I'm gonna write, drag it a little bit up. Inside I'm going to write margin. So 17 pixels toward the up. And 0, 7 pixels, and 510 pixels. Font size, I'm going to change the size of the placeholder. Font size, it's going to be 18 pixels. Font weight, bold. Font family. I'm gonna write two font families. So the first is gonna be open. Just gonna write it in a single quotes. First one like this, and I'm gonna give a space. Sans serif. Then backspace here. After font family, I'm gonna write text align, and I'm gonna put the text in the center. So the placeholder, I'm targeting the placeholder, and border radius, I'm gonna curve it. Border radius 8 pixels. Color hash C6 C1. As you can see, it's a great up color. Height, it's gonna be 30 pixels. I think it will be fine. So now let's check it out. What happened? As you can see, we have a logo in the middle. Our next logo, our text, and our input field. So we also have some more styles. Oh, sorry. We also have some more styles for the input field. So I'm just gonna write quickly. I'm gonna write the background color. It's gonna be hash SSS, so white. Background image. Image I'm write none. So actually you don't need to write this. I'm just for the default concern. And border RPX pixels, and it's gonna be solid, and I'm gonna write the color after this hash CCC. Semicolon. And I'm gonna write the padding now. So inside space inside 6 pixels and 12 pixels. Display block, and at the end finally last style with 220 pixels. Okay, so now we're gonna go check it. As you can see, you can write a text. It's gonna be in this color. I'm gonna write a class code. Okay, so now let's move on to new things. I'm gonna go back to my index file, and after the input, what I'm gonna do is I am gonna add a button for like the enter button. Or you can even write an input tag like submit, type submit. I'm just gonna create a simple button. The first thing I'm gonna do is class bu1. And now the reason I have linked font awesome is because I need an icon here. So I'm going to write the I tag here, class And in this class, I'm gonna write Jaspa bolt. Done. If I run it, as you can see, we have an icon here. It's black. Also gonna change the color. And after this I tag, I'm just gonna create a simple text called enter. I'm gonna write a BR tag after this, so we have error right here. Error. Oh, semicolon. I forgot to close this tag. So I'm gonna write a BR tag here. A. And href is gonna be, it's because we need no link. And in here, I'm going to don't have a class code. I'm just gonna give a space here and write this don't have a class code. After the A tag, I'm gonna add 2 BR tags. You can also create margin, but it's kind of easy when you like insert a BR tag instead of margin, because for margin you have to like set like equals equal. It's gonna give a random space. Create a div called class, and I think I forgot something. Yeah, class this one. So I forgot to give a class because I want to change the color and then I'm going to db1 because right here I'm going to also add a button. Sorry, I'm just going to choose one is good. So I'm going to create a button here, and the class will be bu this 2. And inside this, I will not write any text. Actually, I will, and I will also add an image. So image, and right here I'm gonna Google. Yep. And after this image tag, I'm gonna Google. And I think add a BR tag for later on. And we're done. Now we're gonna go to styles and insert all the styles we need. Styles. Okay. So first we're gonna give dot view1 to the first button, margin, and I'm going to 50 pixels. Actually 50 pixels, 508 pixels will be good for it. And my cursor will be pointer. Background image. So same, you don't have to write it. Well, let's still write it for some safety reasons. Background color. Hash 2D 90E4. As you can see, I have a color here. And here I'm gonna add then my next thing, so it will be border. I'm gonna add a border around my button. One second, so my border will be, I think, 11, no, 5, 6, 5 pixels is good actually. I don't need it too thick, so solid, and I'm gonna write the color hash. Solid, so hash 177. Kind of don't remember it. think it was 4CE. Yeah, it's a color. Good. It's a good color. Now I'm gonna go here and write border top. Border top 0. Control C. And here instead of border top, I'm gonna write bottom left because I want it on all 4 sides. So 0, and the color will be white actually. F right here. And after color, I'm gonna write my font size. It'll be 20 pixels. Border width. 7 pixels. It's okay if it turns yellow, it's okay, just leave it. It's no error. It will actually work. Border radius. So I'm gonna make it a little bit curve the button, so that's what I'm adding. So 6 pixels will be good. So let's check it. This, you have a class code and this and this. Okay, so let's go back. As you can see, it's not big enough to fill the size and it has no padding margins. So you're gonna go add that things. So after border radius, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some padding for the space inside. 11 pixels, the first one, so top. 30 pixels, and I'm gonna give a space again. I'm going 9 pixels, and I'm gonna write 30 pixels. That's good. So font weight. My font weight will be 700. Display block width. My width will actually 30%. So sorry. Actually 30 is enough. 20 was enough. And now the last thing will be box shadow for the last style, and it's gonna be long. Inset. I'm gonna add an RGBA color. RGBA. It's gonna be 255, 255, 255, and right here I'm gonna 0.15 right here. And after this, I'm gonna go space here, and I'm gonna write 0, 1 pixels, 0 gain. Well, actually, I'm gonna write 1 pixels. We'll need the style RGBA. Sorry, RGBA. So my RGBA will be 0, 0, 0. So 3 zeros, and at the end 0.075. Okay, our last style is finished. Now let's go check the button. As you can see, it's full space between this, and I'll be fixing this after this. So I'm gonna go back here and go to my style sheet. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna target my icon. I need to give a space. Sorry. So I'm gonna create a space between this icon and enter. So I'm gonna target that. So BU1I. Okay, target margin right. Margin right will be like 10 pixels will be enough, I think. Yep. Run it. You have space between this and enter now. Okay. Now, after this, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give style to my h tag, which I have written like this h. I don't. You have a passcode. I'm gonna write this. I'm gonna write dot ah1, and inside it, I'm just gonna not write much. I'm gonna write font family, and I'm just gonna copy something from there. I hope I have a font family up here. I'm just gonna copy this font family, so I don't need to write much. Okay, so open sans and sans serif are my font families. I'm gonna write cursor, and it will be pointer. And after that, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fix my margin 0, 0, 0, and the last one will be 539 pixels. You can also use like flex, but if we use margin, it will be kind of hard to like adjust it. Well, it's kind of, I really like margin. That's why I use it sometimes. Well, if you like a flex box, it will be better. Like, you really need to really adjust it. And font size will be 17 pixels. And after font size, I'm gonna write my color. And my color will be hash df hash actually not df 7df 7df. So 7df, we have this color 1ff, this light blue color. After the color, the last thing is I need to remove the line. I'm gonna write text decoration none, and it's gonna be no line now. Now, as you can, if I load it, as you can see, it's in the middle and it's blue. Now, what I need to do, I want to hover over this. So, if I hover, I need to change its color. So, I'm going to target the hover there and the tag. So, dot ah, this one, hover, click this, and what I'm going to do is add some colors already. Just going to change the color. Hash. What was it? It's hard to remember the colors. Hex 167, and it's gonna be 393, I think. So, yep, that's the right goal. So I'm gonna go here and load this, and if I take my mouse, as you can see, it's darkening. Okay, so now the last thing I need is this, and after that I'm gonna create my Google Translator. Enter. Now what I'm going to be targeting is my second button. So this too, oh, I forgot something. Well, I'm kind of forgetting this, I don't know why. Enter, and here, what I'm going to write is line height 1.3333. I need to write 7 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my line height is this, and I'm going to give it a curve, border, radius, and it's going to be 6 pixels. It may be enough, or we can turn it to 4 pixels if you want. And I'm going to write border color. And I'm going to write my border color will be hash 7df 1. Wait, I think I mixed up something. To check up the colors before this. Oh, it's the same one. So you have to copy them. Color, and my color will be hash. It will be hash. And 295. Maybe because this color may be cool, so that's why I selected this color. Background color, and it will be hash. 1 second, let me zoom in. Okay, so hash 00, I guess, and B887. Yeah, it's it. That's this color. So after border color, what I'm gonna do is font size, and in font size, what I'm gonna write is 16 pixels. That may be enough. Border width. My border width will be 1 pixel. And after that, border top. 1 pixel solid. Because I need to do like 4 or 5, so that's why I'm going to do border top, right, left, bottom, and everything. So I'm going to copy it 4 times. Gonna change these. Right, bottom, left, right here, I'm gonna write right. Okay, good. So now that I've written this, I'm just gonna lessen a little bit my padding. 11 pixels, 30 pixels, 8 pixels, 30 pixels. Done. Review this too. Cause it does gain. And I'm gonna target the image. And this is a Google image with 19 pixels. I'm gonna write margin rate. Seven pixels. Okay, so and it's almost done. So the button, I think I think I need to add a hover over the button. So I'm going to I was forgetting it. Dot view this to this hover. Hover. So hover, and in the hover, just gonna change the background color to. So background color, I'm gonna change it to hash 70 1. If I press this one. And now I'm gonna just do one thing, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select this div where I have created my second button. Just gonna drag it to the center. So df1, so dot again, df this one, this, and here what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get the margin and the background color. That's it. So margin, and insert margin will be 0, left will be 569 pixels. And here, what I will do is background color. Last thing, background color. Wait, actually, I'm not gonna write any background color. It's just enough. I don't need the background color. Okay, now we're gonna check it, and here we go. So the problem, we'll check if we have any problems here. So why didn't it come in the center? So DB1. Oh, sorry, I wrote DF1, DB. And now if you go check it, as you can see, the center, and our this thing is completed, and the thing is left is a translator. So I'm not gonna give like any styles to the translator. I'm just gonna bring in the middle. Go here. So what I will do after this BR tag, this is one BR tag. I'm gonna create a div, and I'm gonna call it class for tr1 translator 1. So icon. And in this, I'm gonna create another div. I'm gonna give it an ID because this is a Google Translator ID. Google 20. This Google, and after I'm going to translate element. Okay, so now that it is done, this thing, after this I'm gonna write script. I'm gonna JavaScript code script, and here I'm gonna just give it a type that it's JavaScript text. JavaScript. And here what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a function, and I'm gonna call this function Google Translator Google Translate. Okay, Google Translate. It's gonna make the T with Google Translate element, and after all of it, in it, and this. Okay, like this. And now I have no errors here. And go down. Right here, what I'm gonna do in this function, I'm gonna write new Google.translate new Google.translate dot translate element, and in here what I'm gonna write is what I'm gonna write. So I'm gonna put this aside if you guys can see it, and inside this I'm gonna write page language. So I'm gonna make this page lang page language like this. And this might enter English, so the page, my original language will be English. So it will be, if I write like another language like UK, like it will be UK English. So it's the same English as in PR for Persian. So there are different codes for every language, and whatever I write, it will be the default. So it will kind of be the default language. Right here, what I'm gonna write is Google. Just gonna copy this Google. What is it? Google Translate element and done. And I'm just gonna close this. So done, I've created this function. Now I'm gonna give one link to a Google site where translategoogle.com. So I'm gonna another script. Exit this script. I'm gonna create another script. A script. And the type will be text JavaScript. And I'm going to link, 1 second. And the link is src. The link will be // translate. This is the link. And I will also give this link in the description, and I will also copy the JavaScript code and paste it into the comment description, and you can copy the JavaScript code from there. Element, so element.js. So I have 2 monitors, so I have written it on the next monitor, the links. I can copy it. I'm just writing it down. So cv equals to Google Translate this. Oh, just I'm gonna copy this. And yep, that's it. So if I come and just copy this and paste it into Google, let's see if it's wrong or not. So I just need to text open. This is the whole code. What is in the site? So right here, you have written this code. Exit this. If you write this code, it's gonna print a document, notepad for you, and you can also link it like this. So I'm gonna go here, and you can also link the script, so you can download the file and like link it. So the last style I have is this one. So style sheet. Now what we need to do to this, we gotta bring it to the center. So margin. Actually, what I'm gonna do is just copy this 569. Just paste it here. I don't need to. Actually, I'm gonna write 569. I'm just gonna 5 so. Background color. My background color will be hash 00B8 B7. Okay, so our styles are done. Let's go there and let's see. So as you can see, we have this select language. So if I select Albanian, as you can see, it has Albanian language everywhere. I don't know how to read it. Well, if I show original, as you can see, it has this. So thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe and like my video if you like my video and if you think it's helpful. And you can find the code on my website. And I will also be giving the JavaScript code in the description. So thank you for watching my video.